watching some of the greats do it, you can't really take that away. So I try and take that into the locker room every time, and you still get goosebumps every time you first go in that room and you see your jersey.
Bo3 coming in live.
Nothing like Canadian pride. Jay Bolby's terms. He was a member of the Gold Cup team in 2004. Gives Canada by 2.
World Cup of Hockey pre-tournament. The debate continues. Who owns this game in North America? Sunday on Sportsnet and Rutgers NHL Game Center Live.
Bit of fuel economy. 7 ingredients. Wonder what they are.
Corrosion inhibitor.
Fuel detergent.
Demulsifier.
Solvent fluid number 1.
Solvent fluid number 2.
Anti-adhesion compound.
And marker molecules.
Wow. I did not know that.
7 key ingredients and engineered to help improve fuel economy. New Esso Synergy gasoline. Energy lives here.
To the world's best fans.
Thanks for yelling at your TV when the puck's not bouncing our way. And for throwing your favorite hat on the ice for a hat trick.
Thanks for getting stuck in 2-hour traffic to watch us play.
And for shaving my name into your chest.
Although a jersey would work too.
Thanks for switching date night for game night. For dripping friends who don't support the team.
And for naming your first one the Trace.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thanks for being a fan.
From Pepsi, proud fan of the World Cup of Hockey.
You honestly get chills when you put the jersey on. To be playing with the best players in your country, and just, it's remarkable. You're definitely, nervous a little bit. Yeah, there will be a lot of pressure on us. It's going to be great for hockey, and great for the NHL, and great for everyone. It's just a great feeling. You feel like you not only accomplished something for yourself and your team, but something for your whole country. Being proud to be Canadian.
You know who drives one of these all-new Chrysler Pacificas? A considerate, caring father. This is Pat, my youngest. That's another one of my kids. I mean, with all these safety features, it says behind these sea blue eyes is a nurturer. And that's great for my dad, Brad.
You're so funny, Daddy.
I know I am.
They say three's a crowd. They ain't never been to my house. Hey girl, what you doing this week?
With bacon strips, bacon jam, and bacon crumbles.
She's giving her some, she's giving me.
It's a bacon lover's fantasy.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but come on, it's called the Bacon Three-Way Burger. What'd you expect?
The Bacon Three-Way Burger with 100% Black Angus beef and Carl's Jr.
Our team covers Canada's team. Sportsnet brings you every Blue Jays game. Get breaking news and reaction as it happens. From the dugout to the clubhouse and on the field. All access all the time. This team is fired up. Enjoy that one just a little bit. Get closer to your team with our team. Sportsnet, the exclusive home of everything Blue Jays. England's best collide in a FIFA Premiership rugby. 12 teams, one prestigious title. Watch the season unfold on Sportsnet World, home of a FIFA Premiership rugby. Subscribe today.
Canada with a 3-1 lead, but the U.S. starts the period 5-on-3. Let's see how it shakes out. Dave Randorf, Gary Galley, Christine Simpson at the call from Ottawa. Enjoy the second period. We'll see you after 40.
Back at the Canadian Tire Center, all set to go here for the second period, a period that will begin with a 5-on-3 man advantage for Team USA for 54 seconds. Drew Doughty taking an interference penalty at the end of the first. Joe Thornton already in there serving the too many men penalty. underway. The play is whistled down.
Well, Canada took advantage of some penalty trouble that the Americans got into and scored a couple of power play goals, their first 2 power play goals of the preseason, so to speak. These exhibition games, and for the USA to get back in this game, they're going to try to do the same thing right here to Canada. They got quite a bit of time to work with here.
Patrice Bergeron comes in to take this draw. He won 1 of just 6 draws in the first period, which is odd for him, the guy who had the most face-off wins in the NHL last season. Team USA steps in and they will set up. Here is Dustin Buckland. Comes across now to John Carlson. Carlson across, one time on the outside of the net. Off the glass, Carlson down, keeps it in. Carlson puts it back into the corner. Gets the return feed, goes back and forth down with Kane. Gets across, one-timer, scores! Carlson buries it. A beauty. And it's a 1-goal game, and they are still on the man advantage.
Really nice movement by the Americans, and they're really patient too. Pavelski gets a real good look at a one-timer, and really he's going to score more often than not on these. Then they get it back, Kane settles it down, back up top, and then you're going to watch Buckland make a switch here. He switches with Carlson, and Carlson just rolls himself into the one-timer. Everyone thinks it's going back to Buckland for the big boomer, and instead he splits the seam over to Carlson, and he rips it into the net. Nice setup by Patrick Kane.
John Carlson, who struggled with injuries in the second half of last season. Back here, healthy, ready to contribute, and he's got his team back within 1.
You know, it's important that you have that kind of movement and you get your body in the right position to take the one-timer as quickly as possible, because goaltenders get across the crease so fast now. They're so big, their movement is so good. Pass has got to be hard. Kane can't put it through there soft. It's got to be firm, and you got to kick it clean, and Carlson does a good job of doing that. We've seen a couple of deep Whitecaps back level in this one.
Johnny looking over the top. It's headed away by Kendall Waston and now brought down by Christian Teixeira. It's Giles Barnes now for the Caps. Former Houston Dynamo man. Put out a play by Said. Waston across the back. Gets it back from David Edgar. David Osted will clear over halfway, but Christian Teixeira was trying to get there, and it's straight out of play. Goes out right by the Columbus bench.
Second and short, ducked off. White's got another play. Here's White inside the 10. Another first down. That's the 10th reception by an Eskimo, not named Bowman or Walker. I think that's significant that they're.
Panama said, member of the Canadian Soccer Hall of Fame. He's been an outstanding servant in the game in our country for many, many years. Now a member of Greg Berhalter's coaching staff as a goalkeeper coach.
Most had, of course, one in Vancouver, played for UBC Thunderbirds as well as the 86ers, where he was part of the team with Bobby Lenarduzzi. This one's launched long. Osted has to punch it away, and that goes out off Finley for a goal kick.
Uncontested cross from the wide area. Caps need to be doing a better job of dealing with the penalty area. It was a real feature of this Columbus Crew side when they had Kai Kamara playing up top. They put more crosses into the penalty area than anyone.
And they've really had to adjust their tactics a little bit because they just don't have that big physical presence that they used to have with Guy Kamara up top. Bo Kamara is a different player for sure, different attributes and skills. But despite their struggles this year, Luke, I think Greg Berhalter's really tried to keep the philosophy of trying to play good, attractive football, to keep possession of the ball, to play into wide areas, find those movement patterns that are going to unlock teams. I've always admired the way that they go about it and try and play, despite the lack of success this year.
And although they've had a season where they haven't met expectations, and that's absolutely true, because we would both have had to win our playoff content.
Absolutely, at the top of the league,
pick the teams before the start of the season. You certainly wouldn't back against them next season.
No, I think the history of MLS has shown that you can turn things around really quickly when you make one or two signings that maybe change the balance of your team. Certainly from an offensive perspective, you can make those changes from year to year.
Bolaños. Out to the right for Jordan Smith, who is making his third start in a row here tonight. The Crew with 8 games remaining coming into this one. Berhalter's still thinking that his team can make a push for the playoffs, but 8 points outside those playoff places is a massive ask for this team. 7 games left after this, and only 2 of them are at home. They play the Revs and the Fire here. 5 road games for Berhalter's men, including their last 3 in a row, all away from home. Merritt towards Bo Kamara, led away by Matthias Laba. They finished the season with road games against both of the New York teams. So it's a really tough run for Columbus.
When you look at both these teams, Luke, I think they would both be going into this game knowing that to have a realistic chance at getting themselves into the playoff contention, 3 points is an almost must for them. Neither will be particularly pleased with the scoreline in a minute. The point doesn't really help them. They've got ground to make up, and it's very difficult in the playoff race when you're the team that's doing the chasing.
Watching on from the stands. Jordan Harvey sliding in with a challenge and goes out. Now here's Giles Barnes. Barnes cutting inside, but Sarro was able to get a foot to it. It's the Gaston Sarro own goal that brought the Whitecaps goalless run. And tied this game off 13 minutes in here, but here come Columbus. Merritt quickly making a run through the middle. Bo Kamara there as well, but there was no way past the Whitecaps, and Jordan Smith can clear it towards halfway, where Christian Bolaños plays it back inside. Now it's Laba with the high ball forward. We'll run through towards Steve Clark. Clark has started every regular season match for the Crew since joining from before the 2014 season after playing for 4 years in Norway. 6 clean sheets this season in 27 games now. Saeed forward towards Merritt. Bit of space here for Justin Merritt as he tries to play it through. The flag is up for offside on Bo Kamara.
Well, it's just too easy for Columbus to break right down the middle of the Whitecaps' spine. When they bypass Matthias Laba, the ball gets into Justin Merritt. The back four fortunate. The offside flag went up. You talk about the Whitecaps' struggle to score goals this year. Certainly been marked in the last 8 games, but It's really the other end of the park where they've been a little bit leaky. They led the league, goals against last year, tied with the Seattle Sounders, but this year they've been far more porous at the back.
Harvey's pulled down the line. And Christian Teixeira chasing, but Apple will try and get there. It's out of play, and both players are peeling for it. Referee Bo3 Zombies goes the way of the Whitecaps here, with 3 minutes to go until half-time in Columbus, Ohio, where a storm rolled through about an hour before kickoff and forced a 90-minute delay of this game here. Harvey's throwing, cleared away, only as far as Lava. Now Saeed forward towards Merrim, and Ash down the left side. Lots of white jerseys back on the Kamara in the middle with Finley. Going up at half-time, Harry Solkowski at home with Matthias Lava. And Jason's tactics as well. Teixeira. Now it's Russell Tybert. Played into the middle towards Masato Kudo. And it will run out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, instead of a hit-hard ball, it's only going to be difficult for a player of Kudo's stature to score from a situation like that. Credit the Columbus crew, they've done a good job of denying the wide players for the Vancouver Whitecaps. Teixeira and Bolaños, they're the two in this formation that you would expect to create chances for Vancouver. Both Russell Tybert and Matthias Lava, much more defensive-minded in central midfield. So the onus is really on your wide players to get forward and create, provide support. The own goal from Sauro did come from a cross into the penalty area from Russell Tybert.
Finley out to the right side, Apple charging forward from fullback as he pulls it back towards Ethan Finley. Lava was sliding in with the challenge to break up the play. And now Teixeira will hammer that one downfield. Christian Teixeira making his first back-to-back MLS start since back in June. Broken up by Lava there. Apple with the cross in towards Merrim on the edge of the area. And Ethan Finley is down. He slipped on the wet turf here.
Given the amount of rain we had in the build-up to this game, the pitch has held up really well.
Oh, come on. So he slipped because Kendall Waston
just caught him as the ball. Accidental contact there. Kendall Waston's a big boy. He's difficult to get around the best of the time.
7 yards out. This would be a bit of a boost into the locker room for Calgary. Hernandez put it through, but he is wide and his streak is over after 32 consecutive, and gets it done right at Giroud. Down the sidelines, Hernandez can't stop him. But Sloaner up and Rob Cote will make the touchdown.
He plays by 2-0.
What do you guys want to do? What do you feel like for supper?
14 goals in 14 road games, but 9 of them came in 3 games. The 3 wins that the Caps have had away from home this season. It's the Teixeira from distance. Wasn't too far away. Should just about be it in terms of the first half action. Indeed it is. Bo3 Zombies blowing a whistle for half time. Ola Kamara with his 11th goal of the season, giving Columbus the early lead here, but an own goal from Gaston Sauro just 2 minutes later.
as the Whitecaps heading in at the break, tied at 1-1.
Well, the goal-scoring woes for the Whitecaps are well known over the last 8 games. They've only scored 3 times. And they do have a goal tonight. An own goal it is, but it doesn't matter for the Whitecaps. Russell Tiber delivered a great ball into the box. Took a slight deflection off Michael Parkhurst and then in off Gaston Salros. The Whitecaps go into the break level at 1 apiece.
And I'll just switch all your automatic payments over to your new BMO checking account.
Really? Because I probably have like 15 automatic payments a month. You're going to do it for me?
Yeah.
Is that Planet Camera?
No.
Because this is probably part of the training test, right? Where you have to do everything perfectly.
No. At BMO, we do this for everyone who wants to open a checking account.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
That feeling you get when you discover a bank built for you, that's the BMO effect. BMO, we're here to help.
Martin Burt running things pitch side tonight in Carl Robinson's absence due to suspension. Martin, your thoughts on the first 45 minutes from your team?
Well, we tried to play the conditions. You know they're going to keep playing. They're playing 3 at the back, which is different what they have been doing for the majority of the season. They're looking to get the wing-backs on. And obviously, like Finley and Miriam in the inside, and we've struggled a little bit in terms of actually in the middle areas of the pitch, coping with that with the wide players. Hopefully we'll adjust that for the second half.
How do you do that, Martin? Do you get Teixeira and Bolaños to track back and deal with their wide play? He's getting more pressure on the ball in central areas to stop the ball going out in those wide areas.
Well, I think if we can get the 2 wide players tucked in a little bit more, then Russell and Matty can release themselves a little bit earlier and get a little bit more pressure on the ball. And then if we win it, Bo and Teixeira higher up the pitch, whereas you don't really want to track and right back with their wing backs. And then they're in wide areas, which is not their strength. You know, the strength is in being inside and getting the ball in right at people and getting their attacking transitions. But they're good at.
Thanks, Martin. Martin Burt, the assistant coach for the Whitecaps. His side is tied 1-1 here in Columbus at halftime. On the way at home with Matthias Labber. That's next.
Whether it's 200-mile-per-hour straightaways, pulling 2 G's in returns, or twisting VS's, at Continental Tire, we push our tires to their very limits, so you can trust them at yours. Continental Tire, for what you do. This is Subway's roast beef sub, and this, get ready, is Subway's roast
What
beef
time are you off tonight?
colors, flavors, or preservatives. It's a big change you can feel good about, and it's part of our commitment to feel good, taste good food at Subway. What does a luggage carousel have to do with your mobile network? Well, imagine you've just landed and you want your luggage right away, but it's taking too long. You're stuck waiting and waiting. And then when you think it's working, there's a pile. You expect your network to give you what you want fast, not one that bottlenecks and makes downloading annoyingly inconsistent. Get on a network that downloads quickly and seamlessly. The right network makes all the difference. Whether it's 200-mile-per-hour straightaways, pulling 2 G's in the turns, or twisting VS's. At Continental Tire, we push our tires to their very limits, so you can trust them at yours. Continental Tire, for what you do. This is Subway's Turkey Breast Sub, and this, drum roll please, is Subway's Turkey Breast Sub with no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. It's a big change you can feel good about, and it's part of our commitment to feel good, taste good food at Subway. The game you love in your hand. Breaking news when it happens. All the best match highlights. Real-time stats. And live scores. Hundreds of live match streams. Follow your favorite clubs. Anywhere. Anytime. The newly designed MLS app. Download for free today. TSN is brought to you by BMO, proud partner of MLS in Canada. BMO, we're here to help.